Very urgent message. You're looking right at the chart, and I'm about to prove it. I'm going right in. Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecy 444. I am Gat, your host. Now, some of you will accept what I'm about to say, some of you won't, but either way, I'm going to prove myself like I always do. So I'm 100% confident. I was sleeping constantly, which has never happened to me before, but Saturn kept introducing itself to me. Saturn. And for some reason, I kept getting Perry Saturn, WCW Wrestling, good friends with Raven back in the day. But I knew I had to do something. His name was Perry Saturn and something about Stone, like I've heard of Perry Stone. But isn't Perry Stone that guy, that Christian guy, something, the prophecy guy? Give me a, because Saturn is like Satan and Stone is like Satan to it. The stone that gets cast down, that's the great millstone is Satan, or what they would call a beast and all that. So I'm going to show you what's going on in the chart. So I knew I had to go to the space chart, the most recent one. That's a space chart from 10, I think like 10, you could say 10:30, January 8th, 2017, Sunday. In January 8th is a very mystical day. That's when all that stuff started with Obama back in 2008. Yes, we can. Which is some crap like we serve Satan backwards or some crap. And Farrell Kennington came out, the publication of Farrell Kennington, the book, secretly identifying Barack Obama as a lineage of Kennington. And then somebody else just wrote me today about some junk relationship and kin, but it looked like a Kennington. Even when I typed in a search and it said a Kennington. So you're getting messages, is what I'm trying to tell you. Saturn, you had to stay with me. But I'm going to show you how it pertains to twin flame, because so many of you are always going, where's my twin flame? When am I going to do twin flame? So now I'm going to show you on the chart, but you're going to have to be patient. Because I can only do one thing at one time, even though my ascendant is Gemini, which makes me the greatest multitasker. All right. Now, where was I going? When I show you on that chart, it's really going to blow you out. But, oh, yeah, I'm just checking out a few things. Give me a second. Boys and girls. I won't disappoint you. This is going to be a very good thing. And I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can, but I got to get the facts and the data. Because you can't win. It's people that you get facts and data, they're still talking crap. Some people say you didn't get facts enough. So you can't please everybody. So, yeah, he kept saying Perry, because, Perry Stone. And I believe he's the guy, as soon as it said Mark of the Beast and all that crap. Alright, Perry Stone, the Crypt Prophecies. So they said Perry Stone, I'm going to do exactly what I was told, because I could go to, I don't know if Hidden Manor is the same thing as Perry Stone, or he might have two different channels, that's what I'm trying to say. A48 Warrior Fest. He said, living about the snake line. See, he's talking about the snake line. And I keep trying to tell you, Saturn is, the serpents and stuff. And Farrell Kennington had a big serpent on his head. So you're going to have to wait, guys. I'm sorry if you're impatient, but this is going to be a really good video when I get to the proof. But I'm being told to do other things because people don't believe. So now I'm showing you how Perry Stone is talking about the serpent. The great millstone in the Bible is the serpent. I mean, but this is about twin flame, but that is all connected. That's why Jesus Christ compared himself to the great serpent that will be lifted up in John chapter 3. John chapter 3, where the Christians like to take it and say, oh, born again, I'm a born again Christian. It's really talking about reincarnation, rebirth, and those serpents are there. Born again reincarnation, which is what twin souls, twin flames is all about. So please be patient because you're making me very upset. I don't like being rushed. I'm an artist. How dare you? You wouldn't rush Michelangelo, and damn it, you will not rush me. Alright, so we get this right away. Serpents. First thing on the channel. As soon as I get there. Serpents. Alright. And I'm going to show you because it's going on right now. I'm trying to show you. Just got to be patient, people. Breathe. Like Raphael says, take a deep breath. Chill out, man. This is not easy work. I'm on a roll, ma. Alright, now. So now we're going to see if we have hidden. No, let me see. Say Perry Stone. Hidden Mana. Let's see if it comes up. Nah, because I think he says Hidden Mana. I think maybe. Yeah, because it says it right there, Mana. Manifest or something, okay. But I'm still going to type in Hidden Mana because that's what I'm getting. Something is just saying. Perry Stone, the Hidden. It says the same thing, Church ministries. Alright. So now I'm just going to type in mana, because it says like manifest or something like that. Yeah, manifest. But I'm still going to do it the hard way. I'm going to do mana and see what happens. Remember, mana sounds a lot like mama. Mama, the mama. Okay, this one says manifest, but it still says fairy stone, so which is which? Alright, so we're going to go in there and just see what happens. Come on, Perry. Oh, this was somebody made this. It's a playlist. Alright, so because it should really come up by itself. Because he used to have different YouTube channels. That's why I'm telling you this. Don't worry, you won't be disappointed. For all you people that have no patience. When I show you when I got there and I looked up and what I saw, highly incredible. All right, we want to do two things. Moon, time, and date. Now I'm going there to find out right now. Here we go. It says moon calculator. Let's see. Timeanddate.com. They want me to put in my area, which I'm going to do. Right away, it's a moon, a waxing gibbous moon at 85.1%, because it's about to be a full moon on Thursday. Just to let you know, I won't speak on. I'll keep that one to myself, because I would do some readings on it, but I won't be able because I'll be very busy. Okay, 6:33 a.m. The full moon will be January 12th. It's 6:33 a.m. Now you tell me that's not a metaphysical message. Remember that number 33. Because that's what I was shown too. The moon doesn't set until tomorrow at 4 a.m. The next new moon is January 27th at 7:07, which is another mystical thing. So we're gonna put this here. But it's a waxing gibbous moon. So this is like with a waxing gibbous moon. That's when you can really, if you do the moon stuff like Haniel tells you to, that's when you can get increase. This is a great time for increase. Alright, so I want to save this. See, because Perry Saturn, every wrestler has a finishing move. His finishing move was the rings of Saturn. And a lot of, they called him Perry Saturn. And if you know anything about Saturn, they say that Saturn is a transmitter that keeps us in the matrix. And they talk about the rings and stuff. Alright, waxing gibbous moon. And then when we do the space chart that you're looking at, you'll understand it a little bit better. You'll understand what's going on with that waxing gibbous moon. It's expanding everything. 1, 8, 16, 10. Well, so I'm just gonna say 11 p.m. It'll be 11 p.m. in 4 minutes. Now, one more thing we gotta do. We gotta find out what's going on with us. Perry Saturn. Is he still wrestling? They even got a guy called Perry Mason. Oh yeah, well, that was a lawyer. Perry Saturn. And there's a reason why those guys are taking the name Perry. Perry Saturn. They say his real name was Satulo. That's kind of interesting. And they called him Perry Saturn. Because you got to remember, WCW was run by Ted Turner. And that's why we go New World Order and all that stuff, because he's a globalist. And but this guy's name, this is why I talk about metaphysics. Everything's meant to be. Because his real name was Satulo. And they just changed it to Saturn. Because Ted Turner's people was named they were naming everybody with occult names and stuff. If you go back and just look around, a lot of occult stuff there. And if you look at TNA is like, I can't even really watch TNA. I tried to, but it's real dark and a whole lot of occult stuff. And some of the wrestlers refused to do it. Like they would wear crosses anyway. I'm not going to say the names, but if you were to go back, like some of the wrestlers that were there were wearing crosses, but they all ended up leaving the company because that's how dark that company. I mean, WWE's no better, but you could just really feel it. Like you could really feel it when you watched them TNA back in the day. But then they're going bankrupt. They're going bankrupt now, and people are selling it, trying to sell the company. All right, he is still alive. No, wait. Oh, he's 50 years old. October 25th, 1966. Give me a second. Because even professional wrestler, like prophecy, they both start with pro. It's all about the words and the etymology. See, this is why you're supposed to be studying. Okay, and again, because he's good, he was real good friends with Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit was what they said he murdered his own family. Because I'm just trying to tell you something's up. And also, Dean Malenko was good friends with them. They were some. They I don't know if they were the four. I don't know if they share with the Four Horsemen or not. But again, Four Horsemen, revelation, prophecy. You see what I'm saying? You gotta follow into it. This, you cannot rush this. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta remember on December 7th, 1941, I believe, was it? We went to war. That was World War II. Dean Malenko. And then, again, they were good friends with Eddie Guerrero, who also... See, Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero were Christians. And they ended up both dead. That's why I always question both of those. See, I'm trying to tell you, like, that's a real dark business, man. Funny how both the Christian guys end up dead. And, now they're saying the tragic tale of how Perry Saturn's life went downhill. They're saying he stopped a rape, and then his life went downhill. I usually don't like going to these pro wrestling threads and stuff, but gotta go this time. So you gotta remember, rape is rapture. You gotta remember, I keep telling you the words. Sorry you guys don't like it. I'm not saying all of you, but some of you just have no patience. But then you want, where's my twin? Because you have no freaking patience. You're not letting the universe lead you. For years, they were all needed. My imagination ran wild with it. Then about 9 months ago, I dug into it a bit. The first time I found out, it wasn't anything close to what I pictured. There was no hero moment. He didn't get to have some witty banter with the girl afterwards. All Perry Sutton got in return for his heroic act was 2 bullets from a 25 and years of hardship. He says, let's rewind back to April of 2004, which will be exactly 13. Oh, see? 13 years ago, in just 4 months. Saturn, or Perry Saturn, was driving his girlfriend to work in Atlanta when she stumbled upon a woman being raped. See, the person, you got to understand what I'm trying to tell you. See, I have this person I'm dealing with. Me and her been going back and forth. But every time something tries to connect, something bad happens. Like something breaks the connection. And I ain't talking about, this is like she wants a reading, but it's weird. And this has something to do with her because she's been shot and shit. This is really getting crazy. But it still has a lot to do with twin flame. I didn't do the chart yet. So you have to understand how the universe works. It's always going to be light and darkness and everything. You're going to go, if you're really in the twin soul, twin flame journey, you're going to have a lot of pain. Most people. Let's rewind back to April of 2004. Saturn was driving his girlfriend to work in Atlanta. Now there goes Atlanta with Atlantis, Georgia. And then you think of the Georgia Guidestones or that other prophecy be killing off so many people, all these people. When he stumbled upon a woman being raped by 2 men. Unfortunately for those 2 men, Perry Stone was an Army Ranger. He originally enlisted when he was 17. As such, when he saw what was going on, he sprung into action and actually managed to fight off the 2 attackers. During the altercation, however, Saturn was shot once in the neck and once in the shoulder. In his YouTube video, Saturn says he thought the one to the shoulder was a punch. Alright, I hope I don't lose this page. They did. They're acting like the YouTube video is still there. I don't know where it's going to take me. Give me a second. They call it. They're talking about you shoot. Every you shoot features a great guest that gets. So maybe that's what you want. You shoot video, not YouTube video. Old school. There's old school Paul Heyman. Ah. Yeah, and see they called him Cronus. Alright, join our mailing. Let's play trailer. Let's play the trailer. I'm sorry, people. We gotta do what we gotta do. Oh, maybe it is YouTube. Let me see. I think they got the you shoot Barry. Who's that guy? Alright, well anyway, it's called kfabecommentaries.com. If you want to try to find this, you can write like you go on a search engine, type Perry Stone, type Perry Saturn, kfabecommentaries.com, kfabecommentaries.com, because I don't want to play the videos. I want to get back to what we're supposed to be doing, but I gotta read it. What happened? And they say in his YouTube interview, I thought it was YouTube. It looks like YouTube, but it's YouTube. Saturn says he thought he must have been full of adrenaline. I can't even imagine what it felt like, especially once all those wore off and all he felt was pain. A pain so intense that it sent him spiraling down into addiction. Meth was Saturn's drug of choice. Yeah, I think I had heard he got it, because he was a real good wrestler. All them dudes were like unbelievable. Like one thing Ric Flair said, he used to always say WCW was the greatest pro wrestling of all time. That's what he said. He was at WCW. Of course, once he started working for WWE, he couldn't say that no more. But they did. They had like their wrestling was way better. No disrespect to WWE, but WCW, their wrestlings were way better, and they understood the business better. A pain that was so intense it sent him spiraling. Meth was Saturn's drug of choice, as you can imagine. That didn't help matters. He ended up homeless not long after that. I heard of that too. So let's recap. Perry Saturn intervenes, saving a woman from rape at the hands of two men. And what does he get? Shot twice, which in turn helps lead him to getting addicted to meth, which in yet a young turns leads to him getting up homeless for years. The following exchange took place on an interview with Perry Saturn. Alright, so I gotta save this because this has something to do with that female, because she's been shot. Because she's real, like she wants to, whenever you come, and I'm trying to tell you guys, whatever I'm doing, I'm trying to help you, whether you believe that or not. You can't just tell the angels what you're going to do. You can't just contact me and have an idea how it's going to go down. No, it's going to go down the way the angels want. And it's even when you're doing a natal chart, you'll see people that try to control the reading and all that, or they don't like the results of the reading and stuff. You're going to do what the angels say. Otherwise, it's like going to the doctor and he's trying to save you and you just keep talking crap. Like, the way I say it, if you came to the doctor, you must have came for a reason. And second off, you're the one that needs the healing. So just humble yourself. And that's what twin flame union is all about. You have to surrender, and you're going to see it in the charts in just a matter of moments. And this female she keeps going away, and they keep bringing her back to me. Like, she'll go to sleep and wake up, and one of my YouTube videos will be on and stuff, even though she didn't set it for my videos. But that's the angels telling her. You got to humble yourself. So now they were giving me two messages. One about Perry, well, three. One about Perry Saturn, rape and the shooting, which is alluding to the rapture, because that's what the word rapture means, rape. And the taking of the woman. And then Perry Stone was talking about that serpent. Perry Stone, yeah. But the stone in the Bible, that great millstone, is again Satan or the beast. And I saw a great stone cast into that Satan. He's like in 12 he's cast down. So So something might be up. And then 12/7, I think it was 41, was a day which will live in infamy, which was World War I. Because they've been trying to push us in World War III. If you want to know more about that, listen to Paul Bailey. But the powers have been trying to push a war. Just like Daniel chapter 11 says, a great pushing. They keep pushing. All right. So those are your prophecies. And I just want to do this again. A day that will live in infamy. Come on, boy. It should have came up immediately. December 7th, 1940. And you got to remember, too, Pearl Harbor was where? Wasn't that in Hawaii? Because that's all we're hearing about in Hawaii. I even got a magazine in the mail for T-shirts. You go buy it, and it's in Hawaii, all Hawaiians. This is how God sends you these little messages. This is how the universe sends these messages. Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. So that's really sad. I never knew what happened to Perry Stone. Perry Saturn. I never knew he saved somebody. That's really sad. Messed up his whole career. Because we didn't know what happened. It just seemed like, but it also seemed like they had stopped using him. Because at first they made him act like an idiot. Like he had to act like he was an idiot or whatever. And then they stopped using him. So who knows? And then from when they stopped using him, then you started hearing he was on drugs and stuff. But like I said, you don't know these guys. Some of these guys refuse to take that oath. You know, and then they make you pay for it. And some of them guys be dealing like Jeff Hardy. So then he had problems with addictions and shit. But that has all that dark forces they're trying to fight against, if you ask me. And then Perry Stone had problems. I mean, Perry Saturn had problems with addictions and stuff. But a lot of those wrestlers. All right. So that wraps that up, I guess. Now, let's do the chart. Give me one moment. I gotta find it. Now, if you notice the ascendant, and we're gonna be doing a numerology as well. I gotta make sure my page came up. Alright, how come I got two of these? I gotta get rid of one of these. Now, if you look at the ascendant and each point, you would automatically think that's house number 1. But I counted it, and that's house number 12. But we are going to start in house number 2 because that's the true north node. Now, immediately you see 22, the twin flame number. You're going to see 28 a lot because 28 is about those serpents, the souls that keep reincarnating. 28 is a reincarnation number. They say that Pharaoh Osiris died when he was 28. But again, that was just so he could reincarnate again. 55 is another twin flame number. It's involution, evolution. It's like positive, negative, the twins. So this whole thing. And number 4 is the marriage number. Number 4 is the same thing as saying Jupiter or angels or marriage. It's the two twins coming together. And Virgo represents the healing. If you notice, Metatron is the healing. And there is a video on YouTube that explains Metatron's tube and how it pertains to the matrix that we're in. And how it pertains to the soul journey of the twin souls. Because they say that when Enoch died, when it was time for Enoch to die, Archangel Hanael came to Enoch and took him into heaven. See, again, that's the ascension, which some people call rapture. And when he got to heaven, they showed him around, and then he became Metatron. And Sandalphon is Elijah. And that's why when your Bible is talking about the two witnesses and yada yada, they're usually talking about Enoch and Elijah, because those are the two that ascended. So now you have the theme of what's going on. And why is it in the 12th house? Because and I'm going to prove it to you. I already looked this chart over. This is about twin flame healing and twin flame surrender. So now it goes into the first house, which is Aries. Who's there? Libra, the 7th house of the couple, the relationship, or the balancing, which they would call Mayat, the balancing of the twins. And Jupiter represents finances. So any twin flamers that are going through this journey, you're probably going to see some money, depending on where you are, where your attitude is, or where the universe's path for you is. But you will probably see some money in the first house. And plus, you got to really remember, if you really wanted to be honest, it could also be considered your second house, because your ascendant is actually making your 12th house the first house, because the ascendant is always house number 1. So the universe is just making statements. That could mean some will get money, some won't. It could mean just different things. This is energy. Just like I said, you got to learn to think like the universe. You could be in your back room and you might cut on your light, but some of that energy or light is going to shine in your kitchen, even though the kitchen is up the hallway. You got to understand energy. It's not up for debates. People want to debate. That's what happened with John chapter 3. Jesus was trying to teach Nicodemus the mysteries, the metaphysics of serving God. And Nicodemus wanted to talk about third dimensional laws, and our law says this, and you got to explain this to me. And Jesus says, you call yourself a teacher and you don't understand these things? If you don't understand what I'm telling you, how could you ever understand heavenly things? So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. This is how it really works. And I'm showing it to you on the chart, and it's going to get even more intense. You also see a pyramid in the chart, and it's pointed to who? Capricorn. But we're going to talk about that. That's why I've been telling people, right in my description box, Santos teaches you about the gods or the fallen angels or the angels or beings that come in our life through Capricorn and Cancer. And that's what you're looking at. Capricorn's right there, directly across is Cancer. But when we get to the house, we'll learn more, because that's what's going on right now. I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is this is happening right now. These are portals you're looking at. That's why a lot of times people don't understand there could be a reason why they have a world war. They're never going to tell you the real reason why they have it. Like, you may not agree with this, you may not believe it, but those guys was on the same team. That's why if you notice, how many times has Germany really went to a world war? But yeah, they're still around. And they still, to be honest, it's a force to be reckoned with. So every time they allow it to be teared down, they allow it to be built back up. Think about how many other nations are no longer around. Like, after a war, they were totally devastated and people moved on with their lives. And when you study Hitler had a direct connection to the 18th dynasty of Egypt, which was Pharaoh Akhenaten's dynasty. And that's why when Hitler took a bust of Queen Nefertiti in Britain, said they owned it. But this is how they tell you who they really are. So Hitler took the bust and wouldn't give it back. So Britain told Hitler, hey, you got to give that bust back of Nefertiti. And he said, I'll never give up the queen. And you see the ancient tapes of Hitler marching with his people with Egyptian stuff and Egyptian flags. I remember when I first saw that, I bugged out. But remember, one of his bases in Africa was in Morocco. And there's a definite connection to Morocco and America. That's why you got the MOR Morocco or the MER Mer. But it's the same thing. And just like the woman the big woman in Germany right now is Angela Merkel. And people say that that's Hitler's daughter. And I did a video a long time ago when I put both the pictures together, him and her, and you can see the resemblance. But people are going to believe what they want to believe, and people can't deal with it because they can't think. So instead of dealing with it, they just get mad. And that's how you know you're dealing with somebody that really doesn't know how to think. But that's why I keep trying to tell you, you want to talk about twin flame? How come everything with twin flame is Gemini and Mercury? Those are the communicators. And Gemini's motto is I think. So if you're saying, where's my twin, dude? Where's my twin? Because you don't want to do what the universe is telling you. You got to think. Do you even know the stages of twin flame? You just want to sit there and pout because she's not with you, he's not with you. But you don't want to do the things you need to do to get him with you. So now, Jupiter is at marriage. It represents marriage of the twins and also money. And there goes 5-5, again, a twin flame number. And number 27, number 21 is 777, which is perfect harmony. and that's what Libra is about. So the universe is definitely pushing for a twin flame come together. Twin flame, I'll show you. I want the universe to show you. I don't want to tell you. Now you go to your second house, which is like I just got finished telling you, and you notice there's nothing there. Why? Because I just told you. You got money in the first house because actually, if you really want to count, the ascendant should be house number 1, but they got house number 1 in the 12th house because they're sharing energies to make this happen. So now you already have money in the second house, even though you can't see it, but they're telling you it's Scorpio money from the 8th house. Now, anybody that ever got that free report from me, it tells you everything that's in the 8th house in astrology. And it's about the twin souls, the twin flames, past money, shared resources, joint finances. And that's what you're seeing right now. Finances in the first house with Libra. Wake up, people. Now, the house of Gemini, the communication house, the I-thinking house. You got Lilith retrograde. Still, it's 21. Perfect harmony because Lilith wants to be treated a certain way. And if you notice, Lilith and Juno are working together. Because Juno says, hey, I just want a serious relationship. And Lilith is saying, okay, I want one too under these circumstances. But she does want the perfect harmony. So you look at the number 32. And again, I have it right here. And it's the link I'm on, it should be right in the description box if you want to follow. Prophecy Last Days webs.com/natal chart astrology. So that should be right there. And when you go right there, it says karmic liberation. So Lilith is saying as long as they meet the karma, which is why you need your natal chart, so you can see where your retrogrades are, if that means past karma, which a lot of times it does. So you can be working on your karma. Again, you have to do something. Instead of sitting there getting mad at guys like me or mad at people out here trying to help you and getting pissed off. What good is that going to do? Especially when you're a grown-ass adult. That's like a little-ass kid. Bobby, go to your room. And Bobby's in his room throwing a freaking tantrum. That's what people be doing out here on YouTube. Attacking the astrologers. Harassing the astrologers and people trying to tell them the truth. And getting mad. Where's my twin? Why my twin not with me? Twin. Tweety bird, fly away. Do you tweet? Do you go to Twitter and tweet about your twin? You rascally rabbit. I thought it's a tweet. Now, so Juno's working with Lilith. Lilith says if they meet the karma, 32, we can do this. We can be together. And Saturn is what? 22. See all the 22s on this chart? It's about the twins. Saturn is saying, okay, we got to make this happen. Again, Perry, Saturn. This is what I was told. This is what it hit me hard like Saturn and Saturn and Saturn. Perry, Saturn. Perry, Stone. And Saturn. Another word for serpent. Another word for Satan. Because when you study your Bible, you see that God uses Satan to get his people where they need to be. Not saying Satan is a good guy because he's not. But God will use Satan. Even in your Bible, he told Pharaoh, I'm going to use you to get glory off of myself. I'm going to get glory for my name off of you, Pharaoh. And Pharaoh always had what? That serpent in his head. But now we have a modern day serpent, which is a Barack. And if you notice, Barack has been doing everything to start World War III lately. I'm sorry if you're a Barack supporter, but you need to study. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying he's been doing everything to push the buttons to get something going. And everybody's trying to hopefully stay calm. Hopefully he'll get out of that office. That's what they're all hoping. But he's not going without a fight. He's acting like he is, but he's doing a whole lot of stuff. But that's that serpent trying to get it going. And that's why you may see number 13 on the natal chart. Because number 13 is the serpents. That's why any of you guys know the 13th sun. He's always talking about 13 love, 13 eyes. You see them serpent eyes. Because 13 is the purifier. So God will use the purifier of Satan to take his people where they need to be. And that's what the book of Job is all about. And believe it or not, the book of Job is a twin flame book. If you notice, when God told Satan, go down there and do whatever you want to that man, just don't kill him. Satan killed everybody but what? His soulmate. She got to stay alive. And then she said, curse God and die. So that's what you're saying here in the third house, 2121. This is all about getting those twin flames in the perfect harmony. And Lilith and Juno are dealing. Remember, Juno also controls your dreams, and Juno also works with the moon. You got to remember, they even call her the dark side of the moon. So now Juno's at 51. So let's look at number 51. Solar ascension. No, that's 20. 20 is solar ascension, and 51 is universal achievement, meaning you met your goals. You met whatever you needed to meet to be able to ascend. That's what Juno's saying. So Juno was saying, okay, if they meet that karma, Lilith, I'm gonna get a serious relationship. So they're negotiating in your third house, the house of communications and thought. So you have to think. And then when you get your twin, you can't just walk around and don't say anything. I mean, you may be an indigo child. You may be sensitive. You may say, well, I only speak when people speak to me. I only speak when people make an eye contact. I only speak when a person makes me feel a certain way. But the truth of the matter is, if it's going to really be a relationship, you got to do something too. If you're waiting around thinking he's going to do everything, he's not. And then you can switch it around. It could be guy or female. But he may be hurt too. You may have never thought that maybe they're just hurt. Maybe they're afraid. But you're just assuming, oh, that's the Lilith. Oh, you don't want to talk to me? Now I'm going to make you pay. I'm going to make you pay from now on. I'm going to take you through hell. But then you're doing what you shouldn't do, because we just said it's about karma. You're bringing karma upon yourself. That's why whenever my twin comes up in a reading, not that I go reading about her, but I be minding my own business, and they be bringing her in, but they always did that. So I'll be looking at a reading for me, and I'll start talking about her. But her cards are always sword cards, thought cards, mental stress. 9 of Swords, she gets that a lot. 8 of Swords, she gets that a lot. Because she's not right, because she knows she went against karma. And she really had no justifiable grounds other than her unstable emotions. Now you see Saturn at 17. And this is all going on for the healing. Because remember, on the cross, now Sagittarius is a centaur. Remember that. Just like Chiron is a centaur. They're a healing horse. And if on the cross, the centurion stabbed Jesus in his side, which represented his wife or the church, and then water and blood came out. Why? Because that's the mixing of the earthly with the divine. Because that's what his blood did at the cross. Those who are ascending became one with Messiah. And they met their karmic debt. And that's why at first the moon showed up, the darkness showed up at the 6th hour. Because it was a court trial. But at the 9th trial, with his death, the karma was met and the darkness left. And now they could solar ascend. The sun came back out. And that's why you're getting ready to go right into the next house where you see the sun waiting right there. Because this is all, it's universal, but it's all dealing with the twin souls. And now we want to look at the number 17. Number 17 is karmic liberation. So that's what they're doing in your third house. They're all talking about karmic liberation and what can we do to heal the situation between the twins and get this thing going. And that's also the communication house with the 22. So there's a good chance you will talk to your twin. It could be through a telepathy, because Lilith can do that too, I'm pretty sure. Lilith can do a whole lot of things. But it's going to be some form of communication. Whether you think it's happening or not, I'm telling you, if you just see it is happening because you see it in the universe on the chart. Wait, where's my cursor at? Oh, okay, I see what happened. Now, you go into 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th house, which is ruled by Cancer. So now you're talking about the gods, because of Cancer, Capricorn. Now, if you haven't watched those videos by Santos, you got to go to the description box and look up the gods in Capricorn and Cancer. Even Jonathan Kleck knows about that. He did a video where he showed you how these so-called gods came in to live as humans. He showed you how they did it. And he's not even that metaphysical, but he was that time. Once again. Mercury. So, and Mercury is also, just like I told you, Mercury is a communication and thought planet. And it just went direct because it was retrograde. But see, it's going direct because it's getting ready for this communication that will take place. That is taking place. Also in the 3rd house. So all this healing is going on, whether you know it or not. That's why if you do see your twin, don't be talking about, oh, why didn't you talk to me? Oh, I got fired because of you. Oh, yeah. Let it go. Because otherwise you're going to take yourself back into that dark spot again. Let it go. What you want to do with your twin is get some type of communication going. So that's what they're telling you in this house. And 28, again, is a soul. Because we're talking about souls. 28 is a soul reincarnation. Both twins, twin souls are reincarnated. This is another life. Like they had a past life, they got this life. So that's why you keep seeing 28. It's a soul reincarnation. And then you want to know what the number 53 is. 53 can be Mother Mary or Rosary, which is basically a version of my twin flame's name. Grace, redemption, meeting karma, meeting your karmic debt. And also, that's why when you see something in the news about the Catholic Church or the Pope or because it's all metaphysical communication. It's really talking about the soul journey. But in order for it to get into your consciousness, that's how they do it. That's the reason why you keep seeing all these numbers and synchronicities, because they're getting stuff into your consciousness so that you can act towards your soul journey. And anybody that saw my video before this one, where I was told to follow a Christian astrologer, and I get to that page, and there she is, laying right there, the rose, just laying there, kind of wounded. And that's how when Gabriel shows me her, Gabriel is responsible for the moon. When Archangel Gabriel shows me her nowadays in the latest cards, again, he called me to do a reading. I took the reading, and he's talking about her. And she's devastated, like she knows she fucked up. And I've seen it that way before. Now, so now you got Capricorn. And Capricorn is more or less the worker. And let me do something since we're here. And again, we're talking about the moon because my moon sign is also Capricorn. All right, give me a second. All right, I want to make sure this is search. I'm putting Capricorn, soul, journey. Soul journey astrology is carnal and soul over a lifetime that addresses the spiritual purpose of our lives. All right, let me just see something. Yeah, so they're saying understand Capricorn a little bit better. You got to understand Saturn. That makes sense because Saturn is right there. Saturn's no nonsense. You got to remember that. Like, he's like, obey the rules. And Juno says, Daddy, I want to get married. So Saturn comes with the shotgun and says, hey, you're going to marry my Juno, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to treat her right, and blah, 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 blah. I better not find out. So Saturn's coming around. That's why Saturn's there. And then right away the communication goes right to Capricorn. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Now, Capricorn is a pretty focused worker, pretty sociable, and believe it or not, he can be caring. A lot of people think Capricorn is not caring because they think people just want to have fun. They don't want Saturn telling them what to do. But Saturn is not necessarily a bad person. It just looks like he is, but he's just about discipline. So that's what Capricorn is trying to do in this house. But this is also some type of thing going on with the so-called higher beings or the gods. There's something going on with Cancer and Capricorn. If you notice, Cancer's in the 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn, and Capricorn's in the 4th house, which is ruled by Cancer. And as I told you, that number 4 is also about the angel number, because a lot of these people are angels, and they come down, they walk around as humans, but they're not really humans, and you can tell the difference. So that's just something going on with that. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And you know you're dealing with souls and past souls because Pluto rules the soul house. Pluto rules that. And if you notice, you don't see that many retrogrades, which is another big deal. another sign something is up. So now, so Capricorn is there. Who is a worker? So he's helping with the getting the two souls to talk. He's helping with the trying to bring the souls together, and that's what Pluto's doing there too. And there goes the number 13, just like I told you. So you got the serpent because 13 is the serpent, the purification, the purging, and then Capricorn works with Saturn, and is even the number 15 card, tarot card, is the devil card, and then 13 is the serpent. So it looks like it might be some type of test again. Because you say another test? I'm going through all these tests now. But what I'm trying to tell you, whatever this is, it's a good thing. Then that's why you got the sun shining. Because he's only at 19 degrees, but he's at 4, which is the angel number or the marriage number. Or the family number, because that's the 4th house as well. So the sun is trying to help you with this test to get you solar ascension. So again, it's a court trial. And then I'll learn more. Pluto's at 17. So let's see what 17 means. And again, karmic liberation. Because if you meet that karma, you can solar ascend. So that's what's going on. And I heard another person trying to explain solar ascension. And you can't. You're in a matrix. So people say, oh, so you say I'm going to solar ascend with my twin. Does that mean we die at the same time? Well, time is it's an illusion here in the matrix. You're not in the matrix once you get out of here. So you ain't got to worry about a question like that. That's what John chapter 3 was about. Because Nicodemus was trying to make somebody who's infinite finite. Oh, you got to fit our laws. Why are you doing this? If you're the Messiah, why are you? And Jesus, like, you're asking questions I can't possibly answer. It doesn't even make any sense. You see me in the physical, so you think I'm physical. I'm not physical. I'm the creator. So you got to really read John chapter 3 and see what's going on. Because if you read John chapter 3 and just listen to what I'm saying, it's the same thing. So that's what your 3rd and 4th house is. Getting discipline and structure. Like if you ask me, it's the fine-tuning before the unity begins. It's the fine-tuning before the unity begins. And guess what? The 5th house, which is the house I rule, Leo. And if you notice how they do it again, go right across. Leo's in 11th house. All about surrender. When they say age of Aquarius, that means it's either one or both. Yeah, I know I can't sing, so what? That's either one or both twins surrender. Like, I'm gonna stop fighting. I'm gonna do what I can to try to make this right. Doesn't mean things are gonna be perfect. Doesn't mean things are gonna be perfect. Because I did my 3-card tarot today, and it had a Temperance, which is a lot like Libra, the balancing, and it had Aries, which is like the Emperor, and the Emperor is Aries. And then in the 1st house, you had that. You had the balancing, and the Aries rules the 1st house. So the 5th house, the person is ready to surrender, which that kind of means that at least they're ready to talk. And if the talk goes kind of good, you might even get a date, because that's what the 5th house is all about, the romance and all that. And they just leave it like that. And then when you go right across, the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. So the 5th house is ruled by Leo, and Leo's in the 11th house. And the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, and she's in Leo's house, the 5th house. So you can see this going on, not just with the sign of Leo, but the 5th house. So there will be a chance to have communication. Your first 5 houses are all about communicating between the twins, especially. Whether it's telepathy or not. But you go right to the 6th house, which is healing, and there goes Neptune. Neptune in Pisces, and Pisces is in the 6th house. It's all about telepathy, which is what I'm trying to tell you. Dreams, psychic things connecting, but there will be connections. And that's why somebody's saying, check Saturn, check Perry Stone, check this, check that. And everything we check is on that natal chart. That's why I said sometimes you have to be patient. Now, I'm not going to do it till I get there, but when we got the 11th house, you got why would Vesta be retrograde? Because that's actually the only retrograde is Vesta. Why? So I didn't want to answer that question yet till we get over there and take a look. And I'll ask for the angels' help on that. Why would Vesta be retrograde? And then sometimes when I see that and it doesn't make sense, I look at it as a typo because there's no other retrogrades. But we'll see when we get there. So now when you're in your healing house, we got number 3. We got Palace. So Palace is the supernatural, the archangels and all that, helping to heal your situation through psychic abilities, things of that nature. 6 is Venus, because Venus is love. And 10 is basically the 5 and the 5. So let's just look at the 24 and look at 10. And 24 is actually Jupiter, Jew. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, Jew, I even wrote that. And what's going on? He's pushing Israel, what they call the Jews. But that's 24, because all that, as above, so below. Everything you're seeing has to do with this soul union, even if you don't know it. That's why if you hear something about the Pope, because that's the number 53, Rosary, Mother Mary, and stuff like that. But it has to do with the twin souls, the journey here. So 24 is going to be Justice, which is Libra. That's the Justice card, which is right in the tarot card right now. And that's the card that's being pulled, the card of the day, the Justice card. The Jew, Jupiter, Jew. Even in Japan, Jew means death, but all that means is surrender. I keep telling you, Aquarius age is surrender. Where the person says, if I ever see my twin again, I'm going to make sure I let this person know that, I do want us to talk more or whatever, whatever. Jew, Earth, practical. And if, like I said, if you see your twin, if they're still kind of acting funny, just try to make sure you have some way to contact them and they have some way to contact you. That's the most important thing. Don't worry too much about it. Well, are they going to treat me like they did last time? Blah, blah. Don't worry about that. Because the universe is saying that they're trying their best to get through that. Japan, death, Jew, Earth, practical, stability. And then, alright, excuse me. Yeah, so let me look at it again. Because I read 4. 4 is what I just said. And 24 might have something to do with soul incarnation, but I still want to read it again. I want to find it somewhere else and see what it says. Alright, 24. Alright, so we'll do it this way. 24 is the harmony after the struggle between the twins. Now the number 4 is everything else I said. Jupiter and all that is number 4. But the number 24 is harmony after the struggle. And then I said we want to look at number 10. Again, the 2 in harmony. Like evolution, that's 5, 5. So 5, 5, and 10, of course, is like almost saying the same thing. Neptune is 9. Again, 9 is when they come together. Because Metatron is number 6. Well, no, yeah, he's the 6th house. Metatron is Virgo, which is number 6, which is where we're at. Notice how you got it's the 6th house, but the Neptune is at 9 because the tarot card is number 9, which is Metatron. But see, that's the twins, the 6 and the 9. Like you have the male and the female, the 6 and the 9, but they see how they complement each other, the twins. And then that would be Cancer again. See, whoever designed it, these are great, unbelievably great scientists, and they knew how to put this whole thing together. And we don't understand it because we think everybody's us. Oh no, this is this. No, this was really put together this way. It's really a scientific formula. And the truth of the matter, that's why I said you can't go wrong. The more you learn about your natal chart and how this universe really works, the more you're going to see your life's going to change. Because you're going to be able to tap into a lot of this stuff. So like, if you were a Christian, they tell you, oh, pray. Pray, you can pray. But when you really start to understand how all this works, you can still pray. I'm not saying stop praying, but you can start doing that shit. You can think it in. And they tell you that. All these people tell you that. That's why they tell you keep your thoughts positive and all that stuff, and manifest it in your mind. And they say if you manifest it in your mind, it'll actually manifest. That stuff really happens. And what is his name? What do we just do? Perry. That's why they were saying Perry Stone, because that's the thing. Manifest. That's what he calls that shit, manifest. You understand? You can't go wrong with this. That's why the most stupidest thing you can do is getting upset, disliking people and stuff. What's that going to do for you? Come on. What are you going to say when you're 70 years old and they ask you what you did with your life? I disliked his videos and I carried a big knife. I'm stealing from LL a little bit, mixing my own style. Did I have flow? Did I have some flow? That's all this dude's going to be able to say. Yo, my man. Yo, how'd you bring your new year in? I was on his channel disliking his video, drinking beer, cursing him out. Knowing that I wouldn't say it to his face because I'm an internet bitch. Sorry I had to get that out. Sorry. Not sorry against him, but... Alright, so let's continue. What did you do for Christmas? Well, as I was unwrapping my bottle of beer, I put it in a brown paper bag and put a bow on it. I got no friends, no family, and my twin damn sure don't want to be with me. That was a burp. Well, I was unwrapping my gift of beer in a brown bag. The same bag I keep my lunch in. I was disliking the video. That was a Christmas gift. Best gift anybody could have gave me. Alright. So now we're at the 6th house. So now why is Mars there? Because of course there's still a struggle between the twins, but they're trying to get you through the struggle. And again, there goes that vertex cross, where the souls meet. So I'm saying at the same time all this is going on, like you know Jacob's ladder, the ladder comes down, up and down, and that's what that number 51 means too. That it literally means ladder, and that's why when you go back to 1, 2, 3, the 3rd house of communication, where you see 21 and 51, that 51 actually means ladder. Just so you know that. So while all this is going on in our actual world, it's more gods coming to our planet. It's people probably leaving, and it's more gods coming. And when they say Palace 324, it's funny because I got baptized on March 24th. Now, that was my baptism date, I should say. And you keep seeing the number 21 over and over again. So now you got number 15, which can mean ascension, dependent. And then number 40. So to find out what they're talking about, let's see what number 40 means. Earthly suffering which causes the soul to seek ascension. So she's got 15. So what they're trying to tell you is the suffering is over. So they're even telling Mars, because Mars rules Aries. They're telling Mars, yo, dude, cool, calm down. 15, they're almost ready to ascend. 40, there's enough suffering, calm down. So he's being told to stand down. And then Chiron is at 21, which is what? The 2. The twins, perfect harmony. Perfect harmony. Vertex cross. 26, because 58 we know. Let's see. Let's look up 26 and 58. Let's do 58 first. 58 is clemency or grace, or the karmic debt has been met. That's why you really don't see any retrogrades. And then the other number was what? 26. And 26 really means the 2 becoming 1. It actually says struggle to become 1, but because of the way we're seeing it, it's basically saying the struggling is basically just about done. And then becoming 1. Now, this is how you know I know what I'm talking about. As soon as you get in the 7th house, Uranus is right there at what degree? 20. Because 20 is solar ascension. And 7 is your court. And guess who's there? Well, Miss Aries. Miss Attitude. Miss want to destroy my whole fucking life. Well, hello. It's about time you woke the freak up. So they got her ass in court. And she deserves to be there. I may add. They got her little ass in court. And the first thing they're telling her, this is the relationship house. You have a karmic debt that you can't break. You're in court. You know how somebody be on a Showtime at the Apollo and they use that hook and hook their ass off? See that hook right there, Karis? They hooked her ass. Put her in detention. Telling her it's time for solar ascension. And now what does the number 36 mean? If we looked it up before, I darn sure don't remember. So let's look it up again. Sky ascension. It's the ascension number. So your 6th house has enough pain, time for healing. And now the 7th house, they're getting her mind right. Because remember, Neptune is connected to the number 7. Just remember that. And that's why you got the whole spiritual thing and Pisces. And the number 7 is supposed to be a spiritual number and all that other stuff. But it's also the relationship number. 30. And then Karis is there healing. See, what happens is when you don't heal with your twin. Because ideally, you two are supposed to meet and heal each other. But because of whatever happens. But that stage is a twin flame. Once y'all break off, you'll actually hurt each other even more. Because it's your soul destiny. It's your soul journey to be together. No matter how much you fight it in third dimensional. So she can't be right. I can't be right when we're apart. No matter how much we try to say we are. But you can't be right until y'all get to where you're supposed to be. And it's gonna be tough. Alright, now 23. And that's why sometimes I fell back and just let the universe. Because there wasn't too much more I could do. Okay, now 23 is an incarnation number. And that's with Curious with the healing. And then what is... Oh yeah, 52 is like the cycle. And it has to do with the moon. See, that's the court. They're telling the moon. Because 52 is the moon. Because the moon goes way out or something. And it does it for like 52 years. And then it comes right back to the same spot that it was at. That's that number 52. So it's showing you the whole struggle, the cycle. I even put down 52, fight and struggle between the souls. But it's deeper than that. I'm pretty sure it was 52. Maybe it's 57. I want to make sure. 57. Yeah, 57 is a number about the moon. Coming back to the same spot. So this number is 52. But they're saying no struggle. Like this over. No more struggle. Healing. You guys are supposed to be together. And it's Uranus. And let me just look at I'm going to try it again. Because before I typed in Capricorn Soul Journey. Now I want to type in Uranus Soul Journey. It says Chiron. Which is kind of cool. Because that is Chiron. Chiron. I put in Uranus Soul Journey. And it popped up Chiron. No, well, Chiron ain't really there though. Chiron's in the next house, so. But it was sweet how I did that. That's what it's called. Chiron Soul Journey Truth. Shadow and light. Coming in. And they talk about a pyramid too. They said Uranus trine Saturn and coming pyramid of shadow and light. So you kind of get an idea what it is because it is a pyramid on this chart. And it is where Uranus is. Yep. So that's what they're doing. See, with that pyramid, they're healing. And you know they're dealing with couples. You could just look. Because the 7th house goes right to the first where Libra is. And Libra rules the 7th house. So they did it again. They switched it again. You see how they keep switching this? See, if you made it this far, you should be clapping your freaking hands. Not at me. At the universe. I don't care about me. Now, they keep doing it. They keep switching. It's like, I don't know how to explain it to you. But it's like when two people keep arguing or whatever, and you make them change. Okay, Bobby and Jenny, you two want to argue? Okay, Bobby, I want you to be Jenny, and Jenny, you be Bobby. So you can find out what it's like. And that's what the universe is doing. House number 4 is Cancer. House number 10 is Capricorn. They switched it. House number 7 is Libra. House number 1 is Aries. They switched it. And they did it somewhere else too. And then that's what they're doing with this pyramid. See, it's a universal court trial going on right now. It's like when you go to court and that dude say, the judge says, okay, you want to be antisociable? We're going to put you with some antisociable people. See how you like it. So that's what Uranus is doing. It's a soul journey. And it is dealing with the inner you. Inner change. Why was I so mean? He really didn't do nothing to me. He did try talking to me over and over again. Boom, boom, boom. Shadow and light. So I want to read this. It's called ERA of Flight, eraofflight.com. That's funny, and it makes me think of Twin Flame Era. Twin Flame Era. They say eraofflight.com, and they're talking about Uranus. This was 12/20/16, which is the birth date of my friend, my best friend, the closest friend to me. That's another confirmation. Then they're talking about, it's funny because now they're talking about somebody from Belize. I got another best friend, not best friend, but years ago, me and her was kind of cool. She is Belize, but she's also out in Cali. The darkness of water and the light of the sky meeting at the horizon of eternity. So that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to deal with, because again, in Twin Soul, you usually have one, like the light, like that's me, the Leo or Happy, and then you got her, Miss Evil, Miss Dark Lilith. Oh, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna make you pay. Yeah. Like she's the first person that said that to me. So now they're trying to bring it all together. A visible reminder that without shadow, there would not be an understanding of light. Now a wonderful transit active in the heavens through December and beyond symbolizes the meeting of the shadow, Saturn, and light, Uranus. These two slow-moving planets representing Cronus, and we just studied Saturn, they call him Cronus as well, time and the future, are in a harmonious trine relationship. And that's what you're seeing here. This is what you're seeing here. Don't you see Saturn is a part, well, Saturn's in a communication. Saturn is in the communication sector, but Saturn rules Capricorn. So it's still the same energy. I keep trying to tell you. It's still sharing the energy. That's why people, they get so technical with their chart. Don't get so technical that you don't understand what it's really telling you. It's energy. And if you understand that, you'll understand what's going on. And then if you notice, they even put another. See, they got a little blue line that connects the third house where Saturn is to the seventh house through the blue line. And then you got the pyramid, which is the greater, which is the red light, which is the great. You got the greater energy represented by the red, which makes the pyramid. But it's still energy. That's what I keep trying to tell you. So that's your seventh house. Now the eighth house is all about the soul, and they have good fortune there. And remember, Taurus is very loyal. Taurus is also a hard worker, like Capricorn or Virgo. But Taurus is also a very mystical animal. And that's when you deal with the Moors. And I know I did you might have heard it. If y'all heard that video where I was going left, right, and I was talking about the Moors in that. And that's the Moors when you see the bull, because they have the crescent moon, which you see right in the ninth house. You see that moon, and you had the Moors. And I was showing how my twin was connected to that. Like the alley, the Noble Jew Ali, she was always in that, what I call the alley. And then right across the street was Aldi's, the store. So all this is connected to Noble Jew Ali. And this stuff, and Noble Jew Ali was said to be a Capricorn, which you see right there in the fourth house. All this stuff is metaphysical, and we'll never ever fully understand it, but you see it in the charts, and you can't deny it. And that's why when somebody's on somebody might be on this planet, they might be telling you, oh, I'm this person, I'm this, and you say, oh, you're crazy. But then you look at the chart and you can see it. And I've done that on here. I've done that. So number 14. Twin souls struggle. But as you can already tell, even says struggle, they're trying to bring it to an end. Number 36. Sky ascension. See? It's a court. It's a universal court thing saying, hey, they've met their karma. Moon, you have to let them go. And then you go right to the ninth house, and who's there? The twins. And your ninth house is your higher ascension house, back to higher self. The twins are there. And the moon has got to bow down because the moon is at 3. Because 3 is the woman. And when you go back to your higher self, it'll just be 1, and it'll be female. Because everything came from the divine darkness, the divine womb, the divine feminine. And it's still ascension. And then you know it's twin flame ascension. And the Geminis are there to make sure. And then medium Coeli, which can represent marriage, is at 28, which is again the souls reincarnating. But you have to understand one thing. When you become the I am, or you go back to source, the I am, that's exactly what it means. They're always creating, always. You can call it, it's just another word. It's the always reinventing yourself, or always reincarnating. The I am. And then that's why they gave you the woman, Isis, is. Always existing, is. So you're always reincarnating. And when they said they wanted to use that word rape a little bit or whatever, like you take something, because Jesus says that the kingdom is taken by force. What he's trying to tell you is the moon has got to bow down. And if you think I'm wrong, think about what I'm saying for you people to know the Bible. What happens in Revelation chapter 12? The moon is at that woman's head. Oh no, the sun is at her head, her crown of glory, and the moon is at her feet. Defeat. You've been defeated. She's taking all those souls out of the moon with her. And then that son that's being born will shepherd planet Earth, because those are the people that get left behind. They don't ascend. It says, heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool. And that's why in Revelation 12 you see all these lights being cast down to earth, because now it's time for them to rule. It's now time for the so-called beast to rule with several left on earth. And in Revelation 14 they call it the throttling of the nations of the winepress, because it's like they come here and everybody that's on earth, they got to go through this purging. And that's why when they use Iran, they call it Persian or purging. They're just playing on words. And then you see it at 22. The moon is at 22 because she's got to let them go. These souls that are going to be ascending, she's got to let them go. She has no choice. Medium Coeli, notice the highest point, which represents ascension. And it's almost at the border of the 10th house and the 9th house, but it's not. And then 44. 44 basically means something is being built. Like, it's really like the master builder number. But when you're talking about twin flame numerology, 44 is like this thing is finally built. Like, you know, your Bible talks a lot about the temple or the temple. The break down this temple and I'll build it back in 3. Why in 3? Because that's the divine feminine. And that's why when he went into the tomb, the sepulcher, when he came out, Mary Magdalene was waiting right there. And when did she come to Jesus? Came to him early when it was still dark, because she's representing the dark divine feminine, where everything comes from, the divine womb. And then when he came out, he says, "I'm not, touch me not, I have not ascended." But what they're really showing you is that's what happens when you ascend. It'll be that woman, because that's where everything came from. That's where everything's going to return. And that's why John chapter 3 says, do I have to go to my mother's womb and do I have to go to my mother's womb again and be born again? And then Jesus told him, you're either going to come up with me and soul or ascend, because he basically said no one gets to the Father but through me. That's John chapter 14. He's telling you soul or ascend. That's why they call him the Son, S-U-N, in Malachi chapter 4. Or if you don't soul or ascend with me, you're going to keep on reincarnating with these serpents, because that's what serpents represent. And that's why you see serpents in his natal chart. And even Saturn, Satan, serpent. But the funny thing is, when you understand how it really works, the devil actually helps you with your ascension. Though you don't realize that. Even in Romans chapter 8, you need to read the whole thing, and they talk about all the struggles you'll go through. But then Apostle Paul said, if you're one of God's, no matter what you go through, no matter how bad it is, it's for your own good. Whether you can, and he did it. Then if you read 2 Corinthians chapter 12, they took him up to paradise. Paradise is really the divine presence of God. It's really the divine womb, the divine darkness, because that's what was at the cross. Luke 23, verse 43 to 46, he said, truly at the 6th hour, and that's her number, 6 or 666, is the divine darkness. Melanin, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Melanin or carbon melanin. And in First Kings chapter 18, a black fist came, a black cloud, like a black hand, that represented the divine darkness of the mother. And then Elijah was sitting on Mount Carmel, because that's carbon melanin. And then they call it Corbin in Mark 7:11. They talk about your mother and your father and the gift of Corban, and it's Mark 7:11. But in 7:11, the Moors invaded Spain. And one time I did it, I think it was on my other channel, but I showed you, especially in the Old Testament, the reason why they call those minor prophets, because they don't want you to read it. Because if you started reading those minor prophets, see, minor, don't waste your time. Oh, no, 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 don't read that. No, that's minor, and I don't waste your time on that. Because you're going to see more. You're going to see that word more in there a whole lot. All different versions of the word more. That's why Tupac took the name like a more, Tupac, a moral. When Pharoah Kennington built his own city, he called it Amana. These are all Moors. And if you study your history, that's why Hitler was from Morocco. They say that Angela Merkel is his daughter. And then Vladimir Putin and all that. But you have to study. But a lot of people, they don't care. And this is why they have trouble with their twins, because you don't care. And then as long as you don't care, the universe ain't really going to care about you. And then, not only that, but then when it starts to break and the world starts to go to hell, and then you're going to be wishing somebody told you. They did. He tried to get your attention through everything. He did you just like he did Pharaoh. Pharaoh wouldn't listen. Pharaoh had a hard heart. What happened? Didn't the darkness show up? Just like I'm trying to tell you now. Just like they say, when they say peace and safety, darkness is going to fill the earth. That's First Thessalonians 5. Sudden destruction comes with darkness, because now it's time for Mama to take revenge. And that's what happened at the cross of Jesus. 6th hour. Truly I say to you, you shall be with me in paradise. And all of a sudden, this darkness, thick darkness, came out of nowhere. But that darkness is all throughout the Bible. They don't even tell you that. You call yourself a Christian, you don't even know that darkness. Exodus, the same chapter where they gave you the 10 Commandments, Exodus chapter 20. And Moses went into the darkness where God was. Exodus 20, verse 21. Deuteronomy chapter 5, again, the 10 Commandments. Darkness is there, given a law. When Solomon dedicated the temple, 1 Kings chapter 8, darkness was there. Because everything came from her, everything will return to her. And that's what you're seeing on your chart. With medium coeli, highest point, the female, also represents ascension, also represents marriage, and also 28, your soul going on yet another journey, but this is a journey more powerful because now the temple has been built, which is 44. And that's why right now people are saying Barack Obama is the 44th president. And some people are saying, no, if you really was to count it, you will find out that Trump is the 44th president. Once again, it's alchemy. Alchemy, I should say. It's alchemy. But you see the twin souls unified at the higher self. And then the 10th is now Cancer, which is usually Capricorn. But now the 10th is now Cancer. And again, that's all about family. Now, you got Vesta at 0 and 24. So, we don't know why that would be. Because Vesta means low energy. And the whole chart has been powerful up until this point. So, you would have to wonder why would Vesta go low energy now. But maybe they say, well, because it's at 0. Because sometimes, like if you're on a roller coaster, you know how when it gets to that point and it starts to go back a little bit, but then it starts to go fast again. So, maybe that's why. Because there's no reason for Vesta to be at 0. I mean, there's no reason for Vesta to be retrograde. But maybe it just went retrograde because it's at that 0 point. And it's just kind of showing you how things are going to speed up. That's what I think it is. That's why you can't play games. Grow up. If you're still pouting like a baby, this dude's still disliking. Oh, I can't wait till he gets what's coming to him. And I ain't even talk. I'm talking like just when he finally realized, damn, all that time I sat there for like 7 to 8 months, I could have did something with my life. But instead, I sat here like a little bitch. Disliking videos, and I'm a grown-ass man, and I'm sitting there dislike one video 10 times. He's a nut job, and when he finally realizes what I told him comes true, and it's too late, and you trapped, and you ain't going nowhere, I feel sorry for you. Now, all right, so I'm looking at what that 24. Oh, I get it. Because that number is 24. More harmony and 4. Oh, yeah. Well, if it's 24, that's what it means. It's harmony. Just going to double check everything. But 24 means harmony. Karma complete. So that's what I believe that means. It's like everything's resetting. And resetting, retro, reverse. It's all but everything's resetting, and that's the only reason why that thing is retro, because there's nothing else to the note. And like, it's almost talking to it, because I just happen to be a Leo, but everything happens for a reason. It's almost like them telling Leo, we got you. Like, don't worry about it. If you see your twin, don't say nothing stupid. Don't try to make them, hey, you know, you did this to me and you got me fired. Don't do that. And they were also saying, keep your thoughts positive and stuff. Because you can see telepathy is back in full effect with Pisces and Neptune and everything. And then the True North Node is Virgo, the healing of the dysfunctions. And the True North Node is a point that should be worked on right now. Again, it's 22 is right there. And 4 is the angel number. And then 22. And also 4 is the Jupiter number, meaning finances, and the twins. So that was good, was it? That was really good. That was very exciting. I like that. So I hope you guys listen. If you're one of these people that's nutty like that guy, the disliker, your time is running out, dude. For real. You better wake the freak up. Stop messing with me, because you're messing with somebody God sent. And you better be glad the angels have patience. You better treat your twin right. Because I don't even know if he even listens to the videos, but I think he does. Sometimes I get the impression he listens. And I'm like, you actually sit here all this time? You've been stalking me for 7 months. You still listen to the videos? You really are a nutty dude. You are a nut. You're a nut. I mean, it's already nutty that you're disliking all these videos. But you actually listen to them too? You're a nut job. A weirdo. A weirdo. Your time is running out, dude. Everybody else, get your natal charts. Stop playing games. The universe has spoken. Stop being cheap. Stop standing third dimensional. Whatever. Somebody, and I felt sorry for her, because she kept trying to set up her account so she could get the stuff, and she kept trying. Cause I tell people to press, because I know it's hard, because I remember it was hard for me, and I tell them to press through, and she kept trying, and she finally said, "Oh, I'll try it again," and I can't. Is there another way? And so I gave her a way that she could, because I understood she really tried really hard. But take this seriously. Get your natal chart. This is not the time to be acting like a little ass kid. Especially, you know, I don't know how old this dude is, but I do think he in his 30s or something. I really do. But even if you in your 20, like 25 or something. But even if you 20, man, how many times can you stalk somebody for 7 months and keep this? Like, one time he disliked, like, I think he must have a drinking problem, or he must get high or something. Because he literally, the same video, he did it like on a few of them, 10 times. You mean you really sat there and went, I can't wait to New Year. I'm really going to get him then. Yeah! Like, that's his whole life. What do you do with your life? What do you do for fun? Well, there's this guy on YouTube that said something to my twin about me. First off, I didn't say jack to your twin about you. The angels did. If you're a piece of shit, you are. Bottom line, had nothing to do with me. Get yourself together. Look how you act, dude. Look at you. You're a grown man disliking videos. Little kids don't even do that. Like 3, 4, 5 years old don't even do that shit. And this dude has been doing it for like 7 years. And there used to be a female out here that used to do it a lot too. I don't know what happened to her. But I think she's probably still out there listening. I just don't know. Because she was another whack job. Then they used to do it together. And that's why I always suggested you two should date each other. Because you have things in common. You both stand out here and follow me and troll me and dislike all the videos. You two should get together. You have things in common. That's what you can do on a date. Let's go to this channel first and dislike over here. And then we'll pop over on this channel. Anything that says twin flame, we're just going to dislike them and threaten people. And anybody, that one woman said they threatened her. What type of piece of trash are you that you would actually threaten somebody on YouTube? A woman. And these guys wonder why they got nobody in their life. Living in the basement of your mama's house. Ma, turn the TV down. I want to hear it when I dislike his video. It's been a pleasure, y'all. It's going to be a great year. I just hope they come back. Twin flame era. I just hope they come back. At least one of them to say something. I hope. I mean, the stars seem to say they will at least show up. I mean, it would be nice, but who knows? Who knows in this crazy world we call Earth? God bless.